Howdy, it's Uncle Paul. Well, I wish I was still out there with Grumpy or even by myself, but I'll have to admit, it's nice to be back home. Okay, now, these were souvenirs that I got on my trip. I'm doing a video. It doesn't matter, that's what when we were hiking, your sister, Morgan, she broke hers. So I got y'all water bottles, the Appalachian Trail, and I figured that at least they're useful. Also,
I love this color.
When we were when I was in Charlestown, they had a farmer's market with all kinds of stuff, and so I also got y'all some tea.
Yes!
Which you can share with your parents. Okay. And now, Abby. Now, okay, Abby. Do you know what a forest ranger is? Okay. And so they have a very important job, and you know what? They take care of the deer and the bears and the rabbits and all that stuff. And so this is a very important doll right there. That is a forest ranger. Okay, so I did make it yesterday to my brother's house in Fort Worth in time to go to worship with them that evening. And after that, I gave my nieces and my great niece some souvenirs. And you saw Abby's reaction to her park ranger. She liked it, but it was kind of funny because in the bag, I had been given a sticker from the Appalachian Trail headquarters there, and it was in that bag. And so I pulled it out and said, "Hey, Abby, you can have this too if you want it." She said, "A sticker!" Yeah, you know, so she really loved the sticker. But anyway, so now it is Monday evening, and I am headed back to Belton, and I texted my family just a little bit ago and said, your vacation from Uncle Paul is going to be over in just a few hours. Looks like I'm headed into a storm, so I hope that doesn't delay me any. Well, stopped off in West Texas for a little break. I'm getting close to home, and I can't wait to get there because I miss Hurley. He'd love that place. Okay, let's see Hurley now. The boy's been working on that boat, so it's still messy out here. Hurley? Hi, buddy. What you doing? Hey! Hi! How are you? Yeah! Oh! Yes! Hi! Are you? How are you? Yeah! Oh my goodness! Let me sit down. Oh, hi! Well, I did bring home some souvenirs for the nephews. I got them ball caps, Appalachian Trail ball caps. I got at the headquarters there in Harper's Ferry. Usually what I have done over the years, many years now, before I even started living there, of course, I'd come over to the house and I'd bring little bags of candy or something, and if they weren't there at the house, I'd toss them on their beds in each one of their rooms, and so that when they'd come home, they'd find them. So that's what I've done for a long time. So when I got home, the boys weren't there, and so I went and put the ball cap on each one of their beds, you know, and they're all three different caps because they won't wear the same cap. They don't want to look like each other, I guess. So, same with clothes. So, Reagan was the first one to go in his room, And as soon as he saw his hat, I don't think he really liked it, because he went in immediately into Ethan's room, who still wasn't home, and he took his hat. He liked it better. And then when Ethan got home, he saw the hat that was on his bed, and I think he liked it okay, but he did go and check Matt's room. Matt's off at college in Oklahoma, so he did go check and look at Matt's hat, but liked the one that Reagan left for him, so he's happy. Well, it is Saturday morning, and I'm taking a walk around the church building here. And it is good to be back home, and I've spent this last week just trying to take care of a few things, but really get back in the routine of everyday life here, normal life. And my calf is doing well. It hasn't really hurt at all in the last several days. I haven't done a lot of walking. I've done some, and I have lost some weight since I first went out on the trail until now. I've lost weight, so obviously that's a good thing. But I'm going to take it easy on the calf for a while. I'm not going to do stairs for a little while, or I probably won't go hiking out on the trail for a little while either. Just want to concentrate on losing weight. As most of you may remember, I'm a substitute teacher, and I can't start substitute teaching again until I go through their orientation. They make you go through it every year, and that'll be a couple of weeks away still. And there's a particular way that I want to be using up my time every day before I get back into substitute teaching. You know, I used to be a full-time preacher many years ago, and in 2008 I got out of preaching and full-time and went into the family business. And for several years I would occasionally preach at small or rural congregations when their preacher was either sick or out of town. So I did that up until until 2012, when my dad passed away. I had to move in with my mom to take care of her. So I quit taking those assignments after that. And then in 2015, Mom passed away, and I moved back to Belton here. And since then, I just haven't taken on any of those little jobs. So I've kind of decided that, you know, some things that have happened lately, and just my mind thinking and praying about it, I've decided to prepare myself to, you know, and let these congregations know that I am available once again for preaching for, you know, such an occasion where their preacher's sick or going to be out of town or something. So I'm going to start working on some sermons and some Bible classes for that purpose, kind of get a head start on it. It's not going to be very often that is going to be a need, but I want to get ahead of it. Good Sunday morning. Whew. Well, when I put my video out just a couple of weeks ago nearly now of me getting off the trail and saying, you know, it's an obvious decision what I have to do. Shortly after that, my brother sent me a text, the one that lives up in Fort Worth. He sent me a text, and he finally got to watch that video, and he said this is part of what he said in that text. Reading all the comments on your channel had to be encouraging. They are a great group of people. And that really is noticeable, reading those comments. And that's typically the case on my channel. And so, guys, once again, I just thank you so much for all your encouragement. Some of you have been with me for nearly 2.5 years that I've started my channel, and you've seen my ups and downs, and you've always been supportive. You've always had constructive criticism, things that that may be a little bit tough, but yet, you know, that you think are going to help me, and many times they have. So I appreciate your advice and your criticism that is meant to help me become a better person. I always welcome those. So thank you so much. As I've said, I'm not going to plan a date or anything like that in the future for trying to do the Appalachian Trail. I still want to do it. You know, I'm a substitute teacher, and right now as a substitute, my summers are free, and it may be that I become a lasher, as it were. I do long sections during the summertime, and doing it that way, it could take 2 to 3 summers to totally do the Appalachian Trail. That's something that I would consider. But I'm not giving up on the idea of doing a through hike. But it is good to be home, I'll say that. And I'm keeping an eye on Grumpy, and I hope you're watching him. I think he's doing really good. He's hanging in there, and I really think he's going to do it. But whatever happens, I am looking forward to the future and some of the new goals that I've created for myself. I've still got a lot of the old goals, of course, that I'm wanting to do. It's just going to take me longer than I thought. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share these videos. And let's go from fat to full of life. And I'll see you next week.